Hello. I am going to show a some video footage that some may have seen before, some may not have, of plasma, which so happens to be the fourth state of matter. That's what plasma happens to be. And plasma is also found on the sun. Okay, it's also found on the sun, and it's electromagnetic. It says our sun is a star that makes life on Earth possible. Plasma is often called the fourth state of matter, along with solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, when energy is added, heating gas will form a plasma, a positively charged particles. Okay, it's a mysterious and powerful fourth phase of matter. That's what plasma is, and I'd like for you all to watch this plasma web if you haven't seen it before. And no, it's not a spider web. Okay, it's not a spider web. It is plasma that was formed by the high efficiency plasma lights. It is living. It's an electrical entity. Okay, and it has the ability to replicate. And the footage you're going to see is a plasma web that has been made by a semi-solid plasma entity that took on practically a solid state, and it wove a web. And then once it wove its web, it was yellow. Okay, it looked like a web, but it was a semi-solid. It started having contractions like a woman in birth, having birth pains. It had contractions, and then all of a sudden this dark, clumpy looking dirt stuff starts coming out from underneath it. It birthed it and crawls on top of it, and that's what we're going to look at, you all. This is real. This is not a joke. If you're watching it, it's not a joke at all. And I would like to add that this particular webcam that you're going to see, after that video was made, that webcam soon became blurry to where you could not zoom up on it anymore. At first, they took it down. I could not access it anymore because it was documenting the birthing of plasma. But this plasma is real. It's electrical, and it is an entity, and it has the ability to replicate and give birth to like dark plasma. So we are going to watch this, and I want to thank you all for watching. I can't see if anybody's watching, but that's okay because I'm not on that screen. But I'm going to go to the video, and I'm going to let you watch this, okay? We're just going to get right down to it. This is, you can see where it's located at. Right here in Warnemünde. I can't say it, you all, but we're going to watch this. This right here was made by this semi-solid piece of plasma right here. Okay, and we're going to watch it. It's going to start having contractions, and you're going to see this big, dark, clumpy looking dirt like, but it gave birth to it. It's dark plasma. You're going to see it, so you watch it. It's really, 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 really interesting for those who have not seen it. And this is not a joke. This is real. And I can't really access the plasma anymore. It's like it's nowhere to be found. And I'm wondering, while looking for it, see it? It literally gave birth to this dark plasma that you just now seen come up on the screen right here. It's clumpy. It's having contractions, and it gave birth. We're going to watch it again. I'm going to let you all see it. Watch it. It's alive. It's an electrical entity. It's an electrical being that it is giving birth. You see, this is like a cream-colored plasma entity But when it gives birth, this dark, clumpy looking plasma is coming out of it. Let's look at this, you all. Look at it. That literally it came out from it. It gave birth, and it continues to give birth. Actually, I documented this for like an hour and 23 minutes. It was, look at this. This is coming from the other realm. Okay, this is from the other realm. These dark plasma entities are from the other realm. And they're electrical. They're like, look at this. They're crawling up on there. I've slowed the video down. This is where the location of it is. Yeah, okay, what I was thinking of is why I can't find the plasma anymore. I think during this time, CERN was doing a whole lot of experiments. And there was plasma everywhere being seen because I think the electrons were spiking and all of that in the atmosphere. Now see this thing right here, this electrical plasma entity, it took a long time for it to even get this semi-solid state. Look, there it is again. This literally came from the other dimension or something. It gave birth to that. And I know this may sound strange, you all, but this is real. This is like happening. And it's all because of these, I think the experiments that CERN was doing and the plasma lightings. And I'll show you a tad bit of documentation on the plasma lighting and who was involved with plasma, because they said plasma is for our future. There was a great big old paper that was written. It is wild, you all. It's extremely wild. Oh my gosh, yeah, this was, you can see down at the bottom, it says that it is an hour and 23 minutes long. That's how long I documented it. And it was a lot of work because I had to edit out the other camera that it panned to. It was panning back and forth. And I wanted to get this right here. This one. Well, there it is again. It just gave birth to this. See, they're literally crawling. It gave birth and it's crawling. Look like, I don't know. It's some kind of, it's a life form. It's a darker life form. But it had contractions. This right here that you're looking at right here, this is the electrical entity, living plasma. It took a long time for it to form this semi-solid state. It's practically solid, and it literally wove this web out of plasma. And it was small when it wove it, and now it's like getting a lot of energy, and it's having contractions, and it's giving birth to dark plasma, which is also from the other dimension. Because we don't have any insects in the world that look like this. Okay, there is no insects in the world that look like this plasma right here. Well, it looks like a uterus shape. It could be. Let me pause this for a second, you all. If you're just tuning in, I'm showing this documentation. Some people have not seen this of this plasma, which is the fourth state of matter. And it was during this time that CERN was doing a lot of experiments. And I actually caught this plasma entity. It's electrical like. Sun is made of plasma, has plasma in it too. You know, we have plasma screens and stuff, but this one right here literally wove a web, just like a spider would. And it took on a semi-solid shape. And then once it did, it started having contractions, and it gave birth to dark looking plasma, which is living. This is a living being that you're looking at. An electrical-like, plasma-like, all of that. You're going to look at it if you're just tuning in. Yes, hello. Yeah, it don't look right. Look at it on the top of there. It's pulling it out of the other dimension. And that's what CERN wanted to do. It wanted to open up portals to the other dimension. You see the crawling up out of it because it literally is like contracting. And it looks like when they crawl out, it looks like they're filling in these crevices right here because this is darker right here. And some of it's dark right here. Is it? That's the first time I've noticed it. It looks like it literally is filling in the crevices. Let's see where this one goes. That's massive, you all. It's literally massive. Now see, and something happened and it like, boom. Now it's got to do something else. I don't know if its web collapsed that it had made. But look, you can see how it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's growing. These, look at it behind the scene. Look at these entities, these plasma entities they're wanting to come through too. Closing in. They're crawling down in it, you all. It's dark plasma. Well, this is really interesting, and I really wish that they would have not took this camera away. It's still there, but it is so blurry you can't get no images like this anymore. And I don't think it's in the exact location, but for a while you can see there's something going on in this other rim. But for a while they took it completely down. I guess the news had gotten out. Okay, I'm on it. Okay, there. I haven't showed this complete footage on here. I don't even know if I put the whole entire footage on here when I first captured it. I can't remember. Look at that. It's trying to it's really hard to see what it's doing. If it's trying to make a web out of these lights again. There, look at them on top of there. Y'all, that's not an insect, okay? It's not. But they're electrical, like plasma spiking and stuff. Well, you're very welcome. And you know, I've often thought that this dark plasma that it gave birth to, I thought, you know, even though you can't see this with the naked eye, can this get into people? The dark plasma. Could it get into people? Now see, it's collapsing. I mean, it's trying to keep its shape, but it's fighting really hard to become semi-solid again. And it's not easy. I imagine it's not easy. You got this life form that's starting to come alive on planet Earth because they opened the portal. And it's finding these high efficiency plasma lights are all around the world. All around the world, you all. That's where they're at. All around the world. Look, you can see some in the darkness in the background. It's trying to manifest itself back. Yes, I see something crawling up there. You all, can you see it crawling? So in reality, look at the energy. It's literally peeking. They're crawling up at you all. Is what they're doing. No, this is it's not live. I can't access this camera anymore. It's footage I I got from the live webcam before they, you've got some over here too, before they took it down, and then made it to where you couldn't document it, which was a great big bummer. It was a big bummer, you all. I'm going to try to see. You can look at this. Look at these massive plasma. There's some. Look at them. These are gigantic entities, dark entities that it gave birth to, and they're in our space. Is what they are. No, we're not alone. This life form is here. You know, they actually called the Big Bang. They said then the plasma came. And then you have the plasma apocalypse. But it's like plasma. Whoa, you all look at this. Can you see them in that? Oh my gosh, look at that. Can you see that? Look how much of them. It's unorganized. See the dark plasma right here. Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. Okay, we have the semi-solid cream-looking plasma entity, living entity. It's able to get a uniform shape, solid shape. But when it's giving birth to this dark plasma, it's in clumps. It cannot take on that type of a form. And I'm wondering, is the reason it can't take on that type of a form because it's just now coming to life or something? You know, because if it could, it wouldn't be in all these clumps like it is on the screen. Like that, it's in clumps. It cannot take that solid, smooth shape like this one can. I'm just gonna, you see a lot of these translucent ones. Let's go back to this. I hope I'm on this. Let's look at this, because that's something to think about. If this plasma that's going to form can take on the solid state, a semi-solid state, how come when it gives birth to the dark plasma, how come the dark plasma is just all clumpy and stuff? That is, yeah. And it's being brought through from the other dimension. And it doesn't have this, like, it just doesn't settle easy with me, this dark plasma, you all. It never has when I first saw it. I don't have a problem with the smooth looking plasma, but this plasma right here that it's given birth to, that it's making that a gateway has been open and this is brought in. I don't know about this. I don't get a good feeling from that at all. I never have. Some people said, oh, it's okay, but I don't feel that. I really don't. Because this is out there in the other dimension. And if this dark matter, what you're seeing right here, if it can get into the people, there's no telling what it would do. Now see, it's peaking. The electrons and stuff is peaking in this. And we have some up here, but yeah. It's like a living, breathing entity. What on earth is going on over here on this one? Look at this, you all. These are literally, they coming through. Look, they look like little spider-like things, but they're not. They're clumps of entities. And it's not every day that you can go find the webcams that have the plasma, because it's becoming less and less for some strange reason. You can see them, they're crawling around up here, is what they were doing. And I don't know where they're trying to go. If they're just, oh my gosh, you all. Yeah. I don't know if there was like any, let me pause this for a second. I don't know if there were any movies that had some type of, a sci-fi movie that had some type of an entity that was disfigured like that, that was like all clumpy and stuff and eerie. I don't know if they did. I see it's like, boom, it's just shrinking back down and it kept doing it. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Oh yeah, so now let's look at this one. This is really, oh my gosh. Oh wow, you all, let's look at this. This is something to look at right here. Was it really on the Return of the Jedi? Rego? Because if it was literally on there, debris. Oh wow, thank you, King Ahuka Mendo. Look at this, you all. So these really do exist. Look, you've got some up here too. This is really dark from the crawling around. There was some serious, look at, you just see this crawling up there too. Because other plasma like has joined in. It's a higher peaking of it. Oh, wow. The giggle fits during a snow squall. Now, I've seen these in like, well, look at that down there. My goodness, you all. That is so much. And I think they're literally filling in the gaps of these things right here is what's happened. When they crawl out, that looks, oh my gosh, that looks so would you want that in your body? Right there, that dark plasma? I don't think I want that in my body. Look at them, they're living, but they're out there. Oh. Yes. Yes, Evelyn, they really do. So if it's giving birth to them and these cameras are picking it up and they're being brought in from the other dimension into ours, I don't think they're going to leave it, especially if the portal gets closed. They're in here, so where are they going to be at? That's what's oh my gosh. No, I don't want to. I don't think I'd want to have the gift of sight to see this with my own eyes. I really don't. But it's able to harness the energy from the plasma lights in order to, you know, what if that it was an experiment that CERN did worldwide? They're all in on it. All of them. So, oh my gosh, look at that. And yeah, this literally was one of the most fascinating documentations I've ever done. If you're just tuning in, this is one of the most fascinating ones because it had a lot of stuff in it. Look at this. When you see these points right here, it's literally a drawing energy right here. It's getting more energy from that dimension. It's getting so white, it's peeking out, is what it's doing. Yes. I sat and watched it all night long. I did. I thought, you've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. But it wasn't kidding. Wasn't kidding at all, you all. I'm just going to fast forward it, see if we can see any more. You can see all the different shapes. It literally starts with, it takes this plasma light right here, this plasma gas from this light, and literally harnesses the energy in order to make itself a semi-solid to solid being, living entity, and forms its web. Oh wow, look at that. This makes me tired looking at it. And it's like Jumi couldn't hold it. I'm going to just fast forward to see if we see more entities. Yeah, there was like that one. Okay, where did that one go? There's a great big dark plasma opening right here. Oh, look at this one crawled up. Let me okay, that's what I did right there. So if I can get to this right here. So we can see that right there. Let me put this back to me, you all. We've seen that. I want to show you this paper right here. Plasma Science, Enabling Technology, Sustainability, Security, Exploration. A Society with Plasma Science. How does plasma science impact today's society? Internet, computers, cell phones. Come on, no. Internet security, cell phones, medical implants, lightning, solar cells, nanomaterials, advanced batteries, spacecraft exploring our solar systems are all enabled by plasma. So you all can see this right here. Gina, honey, you got to pause this. If I can, I want to be able to move this on my own, you all. They want to have magnetic fields to earthly creations of states of matter that exist only in the center of stars, to exploring their life, whether life can exist on exoplanets. Plasma science. So you all, so this is a great big paper. I wanted to get to the people. See, this is where it's coming from. This high energy density plasmas, electrons. That's what they did with CERN and heating up the upper atmosphere. They accelerated the electrons, seeded the electrons at the right place at the right time. That's what they did. Seeded the air with electrons. So I want to try to look at it. This is we have a plasma shield around the Earth also. Look, we have it in space. Oh my gosh. So it's literally all over the place. I think on here it told the people who were involved with it. If we can find it. This, yeah, look at all this. The Department of Defense. If you're just tuning in, this is the people who were interested in the plasma. We have the DOD, NASA, NSF, NG, GEO, all of this. It's a strategic importance for all this plasma. And they're going to go forward with it. Computational plasma, multi-agency plasma science centers, mid-scale facilities and networks for basic plasma science. So they are literally going in this laboratory, heliophysics, astrophysics. You've got NASA in with it a lot. geospace. Did we see one other thing? I was looking for plasma cancer treatment and the effects on the immune system, DNA damage, cellular response, migration and proliferation. Look at this, DARPA. DARPA is in on a lot of this, you all. There are tremendous opportunities for plasma-focused agencies and agencies needing urgent battlefield treatment to collaborate with the you-know-who right here in many areas. And the goal is to leverage the knowledge of how plasmas are produced, controlled, and interact with materials with the opportunity for plasma to disinfect, treat. I'll have a whole list of this, you all. You can go to this website up here, the nap.edu, and you can see this. So that one agency that's in with a whole lot, you got the USDA, plasma agriculture. If you're just tuning in, this is all the agencies who are interested in plasma agriculture, and plasma for food safety. And I'm looking at this. I'm reading off the people who's on here, the agencies. So they're doing it with the agriculture too, and I didn't think they could. It's something about the internet, computers. Okay, we know all about that, you all. So that's this was plasma science, enabling technology, sustainability, security, and exploration. So if you're just tuning in, that's we just watched a video of plasma giving birth to other plasma. It's like the fourth state of matter, and it's an electrical like entity, and it gave birth to dark plasma from the other dimension. It literally pulled it into our dimension, and it was documented for around 1 hour and 23 minutes on a live webcam in the Netherlands or something like that. And they took that webcam down for a long time, but that webcam is back up, but it is so blurry I could not use it anymore. So with that being said, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope that this might have, like, if you have an open mind, maybe you can look at the high efficiency pretty multicolored lights differently, because they all have plasma in it, and there's a lot of research being done with plasma in all types of fields, and a lot of research done that we don't even know about. Some may, but the majority of us, we have no idea, and they want to do whatever they can with plasma. So with that being said, thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you, moderators, for all that you have done, and thank you for making sure we have a nice peaceful comment section. So with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you, and thank you once again for joining me. And I could find some more plasma on the live webcams, I most definitely would share it. I would. But the ones that I went to quite often, they're gone. They're all gone for some strange reason. Have a wonderful rest of your day.